I have a game collecting addiction, and I'm about to show you my entire Nintendo Switch collection. Some people think I'm legally insane. They're right. And I've got 79 Nintendo Switch games that I'm about to show you. This is my collection as of summer 2022. And I think I'll do a follow-up video next summer and see what's changed and how many new games I got. So these are in no particular order, but I am going to show you some real big bangers first. We're going to go through some of my top dogs, some of my personal favorites. Right off the bat, you will see Deadly Premonition Origins Collector's Edition. Now I have 2 copies of this game. I believe you can still get it for fairly cheap on Amazon. I paid like $55 shipped to my door at the time. And I have 2 copies of this because number 1, it's a great game, and it's better than number 2, Deadly Premonitions number 2. And, you know, it was cheap, and I actually do believe that this will go up in value over time. So that's why I got 2 copies. Here's a gem most of you do not know about, unless you live in the UK or Europe. Sonic Mania Plus Edition. UK exclusive. That's a PAL exclusive. This has all of the Sonic DLC on it. And it came with a cool art book. And it was dirt cheap. No download required. No updates required to get that DLC. I have the DLC, and I didn't, there was an update that it did prompt me to do an update, and I chose not to, just to see if it would have all the DLC, and it did. It came with an awesome little art book. It was like $50 shipped to my door. Canadian dollars, by the way. Walmart is ripping you off. You North American buyers, do not buy the regular edition. Get the PAL version. I don't care. Some people don't like collecting the PAL versions, European versions. I get it. But in this case, make an exception. It is worth it. So I'm going to fly through these, some of these heavier ones, so that I can go put them back on the shelf effective immediately before they get damaged. Turok 2 double pack, still sealed. Turok 2 double pack. I bought this before I even owned a Switch. I was collecting for the Switch before I even owned the console. Okay? Who does that? What kind of sane person does that? You tell me. SNK Anniversary Collector's Edition. 40th Anniversary Collection. Some real good gems on here. I've talked about this in a video before. Has soundtrack and art books inside this baby. And the North American version is very rare. I found that it was a lot more common to find the European versions on the market. European version is relatively cheaper as well. You want the North American version? They're the same game. Doesn't really matter, but us, a lot of us collectors, we like those North American versions. If you're from North America, that's the one that you want. Okay, so the rest of these are in no particular order. I'll just start making a pile right here. Star Wars Jedi Knight Collection. Got this for the awesome Star Wars Jedi Knight Outcast. Jedi Knight 2 Outcast. I don't care about Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Never played it. Some people say that this game sucks, and it's the nostalgia talking about Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast. And you know what? They're probably right. I'm going to be honest with you. They're probably right. Back in the day, this game was a monster hit. Everyone and their mother was playing this game. And it was really fun to do duels. Like, people were very respectable, legitimately trying to do Star Wars duels. Like, if you're running across this big map, maybe it's a giant free-for-all, you run into somebody else with a lightsaber, you would bow to each other, and then you would duel to the death. Great game. Absolutely great game. Very, very valet. You can find this cheap at Walmart. $30 brand new. Probably find it even cheaper used. Check eBay. Check your local game stores. Very fun 4-player game where you drive cars and try to park them. You're valet drivers. And it's absolutely hilarious. somewhat similar to Overcooked. You know, that type of fun for a 4-player game. This is the Doom Classics collection from Limited Run. Has an awesome little manual in there. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Very Very Valet does have a DLC code in the box. Castlevania collection. I do believe that even though this sold really well, I legitimately do believe that this will go up in value. I really do. It's going to be so highly sought after. Everyone has to have it. If you don't have it today, you have to have it. You're going to get it at some point. Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition. Now, I got this because it is 4-player. Switch Edition. I also have the Wii U Edition, but this kind of this is the Wii U Edition. It really is. It's got the special Mario Wii Nintendo only content that previously only the Wii U Edition had. So that's why I got this. Collection of Mana. Got this for the very obvious Secret of Mana 1 and 2. Now, this game is very, very cheap, or at least it was when I got it. And so I do not necessarily think that it will go up in value. And I'm glad that it's cheap because everyone and their mother needs to own this game. And that's 2-player, by the way. 3-player. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Secret of Mana is 3-player. 3 players, guys. And my cousins had that game back in the day. So my cousins, there's 3 of them, 3 kids on my mother's side. And they had it, and they got to play it 3-player back in the day. And it's a great way to bond with friends or family, if you had family to play. Wizard of Legend, Limited Run. This is also 2-player. When this game first came out, I don't think they had added 2-player content. For some reason, I think they added that later. Because this was on Steam. This was a PC game before it was ever released on console. And they eventually added in the 2-player content. That's 2-player local co-op, guys. Great game. Action RPG type of game. Oops. Keep putting the games over there. Oh yeah, Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. I got those back on the shelf here as well. This is 2-player. And I believe it has save features. Yes, it does. So it's got save states. Had to get it. It's an all-time classic. I don't care that I own it for the Super Nintendo already. I don't care. This is one of the best games ever made. One of the best 2-player local co-op games ever made. Zombies Ate My Neighbors it's actually better than Ghoul Patrol. But Ghoul Patrol is good too. But the all-time classic Zombies Ate My Neighbors, I don't care. You have to own this game. If you do not own this game, check it out. Got a second copy. I sell doubles on eBay. Double Dragon 4, another limited run game. Now, this was the game that brought back the Double Dragon series after a very long hiatus. Double Dragon Neon was an underrated gem, but there was a long wait period between whatever version came out prior to this, which I think was Double Dragon Neon. And this brought it back to the old classic days. It's a very simple, short game. Nothing too special, to be honest. It's just straight up Double Dragon. And it's fairly easy to beat. It's not difficult. It was just designed to be a fun 2-player game. 2-player beat 'em up. Short and sweet and simple. Shantae. Risky's Revenge, Director's Cut. Blaster Master 0. This includes all of the DLC. So when it comes to Blaster Master, there is a Play Asia version where all three Blaster Masters are in one cart. But you know what? I don't think that cart has the DLC. So that's why I've got all three Blaster Masters on separately from Limited Run. WWE Battlegrounds. This is the arcade style wrestling game. That was like a holdover. They brought it out because they had so many problems with the next whatever the WWE 2K version that was coming out. There's some big delays on that one, big problems. So they said just get a simple, quick game out, get it onto market, satisfy the demand while we wait to while we delay this next version. But you know what? I'm not. This is the type of game that I want. I'm into the arcade wrestlers. I don't want that realistic crap with complicated controls. I don't like that crap. Just give me something simple and fun. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition 1 and 2. This is 2-player. Actually, no, this version is 1-player. PC version is 2-player. Unless, I have to take my shades off now. Hold up. Yeah, just 1-player. That's a shame, but you know what? I don't care. It's got all the DLC. This is a classic right here. And you know what? This was previously never on console. This is a PC game that was finally ported over. I don't like playing games on PC. But with classics like that, you previously had to play on PC. You didn't have a choice. Well, now you have a choice. It's great. Shantae number 1. The OG. Right here. This is the OG Shantae. That's what put Shantae on the map. This is relatively new. Axiom Verge 1 and 2. On one, all in one game. 2-in-1. Axiom Verge is an all-time classic, similar to, it's often compared to Super Metroid. The Metroid games, very similar. Metroidvania. It's a Metroidvania. Towerfall. 4-player. No, 6-player, sorry. This is actually 6-player. And this is like an archery game similar to Smash Bros. So it's a party game. Not meant to be 1-player. If you don't have people to play it with, don't buy it. Unless you're a collector. Heave Ho, also a 4-player party game. Super fun. 4 players. It's like a platformer where you got to work together and try to make it through the level. There's a lot of funny physics. Mario Party, the OG for the Switch. You can get this fairly cheap. The price has gone down. You can get it at Walmart now, $55 Canadian brand new. I would recommend getting a used copy because you'll find it even cheaper. Very common. You get that one in the wild. It's getting quite common to find at used game stores. Skyrim. This has all of the DLC. Now the reason I got this is because I've never played it before. It's on my bucket list. I know it's one of the greatest games ever made. And I'm going to beat it. I'm going to play it and beat it. But I'm going to play the Switch version. I got the 360 version too, with all the DLC. But I want to play the Switch version. The Takeover. Awesome little beat 'em up. 2-player co-op. This is an underrated gem, by the way. This is very underrated beat 'em up. Very, very underrated. Often compared to Streets of Rage. They have a couple of unique, they mix up the gameplay. There's some stages where you're driving a vehicle, for example. Veteran Edition Strife. So I had never heard of this game, but apparently this is an old PC game, an old Doom style game, first-person shooter. 28 interconnected levels covering over 200 square miles. An engaging, complex storyline with a multitude of dramatic voiceovers. That was big back in the day. Yeah, so I got this game because it looked awesome. I'd never heard of it. BloodRayne Betrayal. So I got this because in this version, I read that they fixed all of the problems with the, I guess it was the PC version maybe, or the download only version prior. This was a download only game, online only. And it had a lot of complaints, a lot of bugs, and the difficulty was very hard. It was too hard. People were complaining the game sucked because it was too difficult. So they toned down the difficulty. They fixed this game up. You only get that on the physical version. It's only one player. That part kind of sucks. It's like an action, side-scrolling action game. Platformer side-scrolling action game. It's kind of cool though. Quake, OG Quake. Now I got this because I'm going to be honest. So you can play 8-player. It is possible to play 8-player. That's not why I got this. You can play online. It's not why I got this. You play local or online. You might think I got it because it's 8-player. No. Has 2-player co-op for the main campaign. 2-player co-op campaign, split screen co-op for the campaign. That's why I got Quake, OG Quake. Okay, I'll try to fly through this next batch here. It's one of my all-time favorite games. I have 2 copies. This one is sealed. The other one's probably in here somewhere. Panzer Paladin. Action, side-scrolling platform, 16-bit style game. And there is an easy mode for casual OG gamers like myself. I'm an old man gamer now. I like to play on easy mode. Okay? I like games that have an easy mode. Blaster Master number 3. Blaster Master 0 number 3. The series, I think the first one is arguably the best. And I'm not talking about the NES version, the Switch version. Blaster Master 0 number 1. Blaster Master 0 number 2. They do stay true to the same style of gameplay as the original Blaster Master, which mixes it. You get it mixed up. You mix it up between driving your tank and going on foot. Another copy of Blaster Master 0. And this game has quickly become one of my all-time favorites. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. Aegis Rim. If you saw my recent YouTube short, you would know that if you play this game, and if you beat this game is known for having a good story. The combat's good too. It's a strategy RPG type of combat. But the combat is not the reason anybody plays this game or gets this game. It's all about the story. The story will blow your mind. It will blow your mind to the point where you pick up a gun. You point the gun at your own balls, and you will blow your balls off. And I know this. I know this because I finished this game. All-time classic. Atlas game. Atlas and Sega. Atlas and Sega teaming up to do it big time. Whoever wrote the story for this game, guy deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. Got it because it's funny. Gonna be honest with you, $14 shipped to my door, Canadian dollars. The game sucks. Slide Stars. This is a real gem that you can find. You can find this at Walmart. You can find this on eBay. You probably get it for $10. I paid I think 14 brand new shipped to my door. This is an underrated gem. Okay, this game I'm not going to go into detail, but it's a obstacle course game similar to Doritos Crash Course. It's based on a tube sliding, like water sliding. And there's real YouTubers in here. A lot of them were no-name YouTubers at the time, but I checked some of them out. Some of them have blown up since the release of this game. So there's real D-list YouTubers in here, although some of them have blown up. It's almost like putting me in a game. I'm a nobody. I could have been in this game. Like, how cool would that be? And it is 2-player co-op, so it's kind of fun to challenge a friend in this game. Highly recommend. I mean, for the price, guys, you cannot go wrong for the price. There are good games out there that are cheap. You just gotta look. Panzer Paladin. You just gotta look. Huntdown. This is like Contra, side-scrolling run and gun game. More strategic, a ton of guns. There's also hand-to-hand combat weapons. 2-player co-op. One of the best games ever made and one of the biggest hidden gems on the Nintendo Switch. This game is a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. And it's 16-bit style graphics, just like Contra. Great game. Clockwork Aquario from Strictly Limited. This is an old arcade game that was canceled, and it got released on the Nintendo Switch. 2-player co-op. Very simple game. It's just a simple arcade platformer, very colorful. I love the graphics. It's not too difficult. It is beatable. Which reminds me, check out this. Huntdown comes with a pin set. Very cheap game. You can still probably get it brand new on Amazon. Very, very cheap. Another copy of Clockwork Aquario. I'm going to sell this one on eBay. Final Fantasy X and 10-2 HD Remaster. I will beat that one of these days. It's on the list. River City Girls, sealed. This is worth a lot of money. A lot of money. That's why I haven't opened it. No, it is not for sale. I would never sell River City Girls. Not even for $1,000. You offer me $2,000 today, I still won't sell it. Trials of Mana. This is the Secret of Mana game that they made. The updated version. Brand new game. Super Trench Attack. This is a pixel art game. They only made 1,500 copies. It's kind of like, it's not all that great, to be honest. It is an army game, kind of like a point-and-click shooter game, for lack of better wording. How do they describe it? 2 difficulty modes. Fun RPG dual stick shooter. It's not bad. It's not known for being bad, but it's not known for being good either. Some people do like it, but a lot of people, it's not for them. But even the people that say it's not for them, they wouldn't tell you like, oh, this game's horrible. It's not horrible. It's just not for everyone. Rune Factory 4 Special Edition. I do plan to beat that. That's these games are similar to Harvest Moon, OG Harvest Moon. This is Rune Factory has become a very popular series nowadays. Monster Prom, super rare games. This is meant to be a funny party game. You could play this with friends. And Unrailed, I don't know why nobody likes this game. It's 4-player. You're driving trains, and the train constantly moves automatically, and you have to build the track out. And you constantly have to put out fires, you're chopping wood, you're making raw materials, you're upgrading your train, you're fighting off bandits, and the train never stops moving. So it's one of those funny, chaotic multiplayer games where you're always yelling at each other. Do this, chop the wood, I'll get the water, I got the ore, I'm gonna build this, I'm gonna put fuel in the train, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm fighting off the bandits, I need help over here, I'm fighting off the bandits, I'm gonna die. You know, the train's gonna blow up, You're just constantly yelling at each other. And that's what makes a fun multiplayer game. That's how you know this is an all-time classic. I really don't know why this game doesn't get any love. I think it's great. This is one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. I don't know what it is with that game, but no, it does not get any love. I don't know why. Code Princess EX Switch Edition. This is a 2-player. This is like Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn, made by the same developers, same guys. Yeah, here it is. Be the 50 plus Guardian Heroes. It doesn't specify that they made the Sega Saturn. I'm talking about the Sega Saturn Guardian Heroes. But anyways, there's 50 plus characters, hack and slash combat. It's like that old school Sega Saturn game where there's 3 lanes. So you're jumping up and down between the 3 lanes to do your combat. You get magic spells, special moves. And this was the Day 1 edition. Comes with a little soundtrack and a manual. This game will go up in value, so if you're interested, you better get it today because it's going to $200 tomorrow. And then after that, it's going to $300, and then it's going to $500. Undertale, haven't played it yet. I know it's an all-time classic. It's on my list. I like to play a lot of RPGs, so it takes a very long time for me to beat a game and then move on to the next game. It's not like I could just beat a game in one day and then fire up the next one. Dragon Mark for Death, another fun multiplayer action hack and slash side-scrolling style game. Play co-op multiplayer with up to 4 friends, local or online. Even though it says 1 player at the bottom there, it is 4 player. It says 1 player at the bottom, but if you read the description, it's 4 player. This game is relatively hard to find, and I think it will go up in value, so if you're interested, check it out. One of the best games ever made, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus Edition. It's better on PC, so if you do want the best experience, you have to play it on PC. There's no exceptions. I cannot tell you why, because that's part of the mystery and the fun of this game. I can't tell you anything about it because it'll ruin the game. What I can tell you is that it's one of the best games ever made. Sometimes I wish I do wish I could go back and play that game again. I wish I could erase my memory and go back and play the whole game all over again. Streets of Rage 4. This is the anniversary edition. It has the Mr. X Nightmare DLC right on the disc, the cartridge. This is the version that will hold the value in the future. The other version is dead. It's worthless. Danganronpa Decadence. This is my second copy because I also have the collector's edition, which I'll have to show my collector's editions at the end. Never played it, but I know that it's good. It's got a lot of good reviews, so it's on my list. Octopath Traveler. I'm still playing through this. I took a break to play 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. Now, the problem with this game is the first half of the game, the story is terrible. It's brutal. I'm struggling. I'm forcing myself to go through it. The combat and the game mechanics and the graphics are brand new, never before seen type of mind-blowing stuff. But the story is horrible. The music is great. The characters are awesome. The game mechanics are awesome. The special abilities, how they turned a turn-based JRPG style game and made it fun again with all these new game mechanics that I've never seen before in my entire life. And the amazing 16-bit style HD graphics, 2.5D I think they call it, is absolutely mind-blowing. But the story is so bad. I'm still in the first half of the game. I've heard that it gets better in the second half, but I'm like 12 hours in. To have to play a game for maybe 15, 20 hours, I think I'm 15 hours into it. I estimate, maybe by the time I hit 20 hours, I'll be halfway through. Hopefully. Because I've heard that it gets better. Here's a game that I think will go up in value. Hidden gem. Mutant Football Dynasty Edition. Includes all DLC. Exclusive teams and arenas. This type of game, 4-player. Football games are meant to be 2-player though. I've never enjoyed football games that 4-player. But if you've never played Mutant League Football, check out the Sega Genesis version. And if you enjoy the Sega Genesis version, then you should definitely pick this one up. And I think that's a rare game. I think that's going to go up in value. Monster Jam Steel Titans 2. I pre-ordered this before it even came out. I don't even know why I got it, to be honest, but something about monster trucks really gets me going. I honestly don't know why. It's not even that good of a game. It's the people that really enjoy the Monster Jam series are the people who usually they're the people that actually follow the monster truck scene. They know about what is a Gravedigger, Bigfoot. There's a lot of famous monster trucks throughout the years, and there's monster truck rivalries. Like, it's a sport. This is a sport. Monster truck driving is a sport, and some people love it. Ninja Saviors, another awesome 2-player beat 'em up style co-op game where you are ninjas. Fairly cheap as well. Wild Guns Reloaded. Better than the Super Nintendo version because they extended the how much of the screen you could see. So it went widescreen. And they added new characters. And it's 4-player. Don't know how much it's going for now, but it was like $30 brand new when I bought it. So you could probably still get it for cheap. Streets of Red. This is a 4-player beat 'em up. Forget where I got this. Oh, limited run it says. Alright, guess I got it from limited run. Battle Axe. Another co-op, Zelda beat 'em up style game, for lack of better wording. Double Dragon Neon, one of the best games ever made. And arguably the best Double Dragon game ever made. A lot of people, I kid you not, this is their all-time favorite. I kid you not. Another copy of Double Dragon 4 that I'll be selling on eBay. Haven't posted it yet. Jay and Silent Bob. Mall Brawl. I got this because it's an 8-bit side-scrolling beat-em-up style game, side-scrolling brawler, 2-player co-op. If you don't have that game, I think I would pick it up right away. I do think that'll go up in value. Also have the NES version. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Complete Edition. Dusk. This is a first-person shooter. Similar to Hexen. It reminded me of Hexen, so I really wanted to play that one. No More Heroes 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Blaster Master Zero again. Double Dragon Neon again. That's it. That copy there is an investment. I'm not selling it right now. Staying sealed. Gianna Sisters, Twisted Dreams Ultimate Edition. This is fairly cheap. I think I paid like, I don't know, maybe $10 for it. Brand new. Great game though. I think it's fairly popular. It's a side-scrolling platformer. Mostly known as a platformer. No More Heroes 2 again. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. That's right, I said Mario, because that's what I grew up saying. Southeastern Ontario, we said Mario. Wasn't until many years later that people told me that it's Mario. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World again. Once again. I actually did list these on eBay. They're fairly cheap. They're not worth a lot. They are for sale on my eBay account. Shantae again. This one is also listed up. Shantae Director's Cut. Now this one is not for sale. This is my personal copy. Shantae Half Genie Ultimate Edition. I think you can still get it on Amazon. It's fairly cheap, maybe like $50, maybe even cheaper. Now this one they re-released, so I think I really don't think it has much value anymore. Carry On. The Special Reserve Edition. There was only 8,800 of these made. I used to have 3, I sold 1. Used to have 3 of these, I sold 1. For profit. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. I have this for PC. Now this one is better than the original because they added 2-player co-op. That and also I think there's new characters as well. The first one, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't able to beat it. I should go. One of the bosses, I got stuck on one of the bosses. I should really go back and see if I could beat it. No More Heroes. Now the first one, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon number 1 is worth a lot of money. I do not have number 1 on Switch. I have it on PC. I also have this version on PC. That's why it's sealed, because if I'm not going to open it at this moment in time, just in case value goes up. Final games in my collection here are Toki, the Retro Collection Edition, and Danganronpa Decadence Collector's Edition. And I also have final games in my collection here are Shantae Collector's Edition. I've got a copy of Doom Classics Collection. Oops. And I also have Toki, the Retro Collector Edition, and Danganronpa Collector's Edition. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I am trying to get to over 9,000 subscribers.